Hi, Chris here from Inside the Recording Studio podcast. In last week's episode, Jody and I talked about the differences between active and passive guitar pickups. So instead of doing a typical tip video, what I like to do is play you some tracks that have been recorded with one guitar that has active pickups and one guitar that has passive pickups, and see if you can pick which one is which. All right, here we are. Before I start playing stuff, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Like I said, I've used two different guitars. You'll have to figure out which one is which. I have recorded 5 different little snippets, some riffs here, so we get some different circumstances to listen to here. I'm going to play through one of them at a time, flip over to the second guitar, and then a third pass I'm going to go back and forth between the two so you get a comparison. There is no processing going on here outside of the amp sim that I'm using, and I am using the Engl retro tube for all of these. We're going to use a couple of different settings, but enough of my babbling. Let's get going. Here is the first example. Okay, now let's switch to guitar number 2. Okay, now let's switch between the two. I'm going to start with guitar number 1 and switch between them. Okay, got your picks. Let's get ready. Here we go. Example number 2, and this is still guitar number 1. Guitar number 2. And let's switch in between them. Starting with guitar number 1. Okay. Third piece, here we go. Again, the same piece with a different guitar. Guitar number 2 this time. and let's go in between them. Okay, for this next piece here, it is, instead of a clean sound, I've changed it up somewhat. So in this case, I'm still using the Engl head, but I'm using a slightly dirtier sound, which would be a little bit more appropriate for the piece. Let's take a listen. And again, guitar number 2. Okay, and as we do, swapping between them, starting with guitar number 1. And lastly, we're switching amps one more time. This one, again, a little bit more of a high gain thing, and still the same head, but here we go. Starting again with guitar number 1. Guitar number 2. And let's do the switching in between here again. All right, so how did you make out? Was that easy to hear the difference? Could you pick which one was which? Before I give you the answer, you can probably hear that there are differences. And it can be a great tool to have a few guitars with different pickups at your disposal, even if you're layering things or just recording a bunch of different stuff. A lot more options for you to kind of do. All right, so here we go. Guitar number 1 was active pickups. Steve Lukather model, Ernie Ball. And guitar number 2 was my Arne Arvidson Strat, which has a passive DiMarzio transition pickup. There you go. Hopefully you did all right. Thanks for watching and have a great day.